Hi there, I'm Thalita. I am a certified HubSpot consultant. I help businesses make the most out of HubSpot. I work with clients from all over the world. In this video, I'm going to help you get started with HubSpot from scratch. So if you don't have an existing HubSpot account, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to HubSpot.com and then you will click on Get HubSpot Free. And here is where you create your free account. It's better if you follow this tutorial having, a HubSpot account open in another tab or monitor or something like that, just so that you can follow along. Click on Get Started Free. And you will be redirected to the page where you create your account. In my case, HubSpot knows I already have an account, so I'm just gonna go with this option here. Next step is you're gonna add your first name, last name, and email address, or sign up with Google if you prefer. As soon as you create your account, you can start using HubSpot right away. So you're gonna see something more or less like this. Maybe you see a different screen. It doesn't really matter. What matters is in here, and that's what we're gonna talk about now. I'm going to give you a quick overview of the different sections you have inside of the HubSpot dashboard. So the first section is contacts. Here's where you do everything associated with your CRM, your customer relationship management system. You can add contacts, import your contact lists. You can also add companies which are associated with your contacts. Contacts being people, right? People that you have in your contact list. People can be prospects, current customers, old customers, business partners, employees, and so on. In this section, you can also create your own lists to segment your audience so that you can send targeted messages to your audience. Inside of conversations, you can create chat flows because you can connect HubSpot with your Facebook Messenger, or you can also create a little chat bot to add it to your website. This is where you manage the conversations that people have with your company. Inside of marketing, you do everything that is related to marketing. You can publish ads from inside of HubSpot. You can create your marketing emails, your landing pages. You can create forms and add them to your landing pages or your website as well. And these two sections here, they are actually not available in the free version of HubSpot. But just to give you an idea, you can schedule social media posts using HubSpot's own social media scheduling tool. And you can also manage your SEO, create an awesome SEO strategy, all from inside of HubSpot. Inside of sales, you have your deals dashboard. You can create tasks, manage your documents, and even create a meeting link to send to your prospects. Inside of service, you manage tickets to improve your customer support services. Automations is a section that is not available on HubSpot free, but this is essentially where you create automated tasks inside of your dashboard. Automations doesn't have to be only for email marketing. You can use automations for pretty much everything inside of your business. And here's where you look at the numbers. Reports is where you look at the numbers and you create your own performance dashboards. You take a look at metrics from email campaigns, ad campaigns, other type of campaigns you created. Cool, so now let's take a look at how we use the HubSpot CRM and the HubSpot email sections. These are really the most important sections for you right now because this is what you need to know to get started. So if you click inside of contacts, you can see your contacts list. This is where you see, all the people that you have inside of HubSpot. In this case, it's all fake people that I have here. This is a test account, but there's essentially two ways you can add contacts to HubSpot. You can manually create one contact, or you can import an existing contacts list. Let's take a look at how we do both. So the first one is create contact. You're gonna click here, and then you're gonna add an email, which I am just gonna add as a test@gmail.com. This email probably doesn't really exist. You're gonna add a first name, you're gonna add a last name, and you're gonna add the contact owner. In this case, it's the person who is adding that contact to HubSpot. This information here, it's not really mandatory, but you can add that if you want. So let's just do this together. We're gonna click on create contact, and that's it. We already have one contact added to HubSpot. It's here. If I click on that contact's name, I will be redirected to that contact profile inside of HubSpot. And there is essentially three different things we can see inside of the contact profile. We can see on the left sidebar, we can see properties associated with the contact. Property is really any types of information that you have on a contact. You have first name, last name, you have, phone number, city where they live, country, and different types of information. If you want to view all the properties, if you want to view all the information that you know about a contact, you click on view all properties, and then you will be seeing the properties page. There's 4 different types of properties. Contact information is really information about that person. Email information would be, their engagement with you, emails you've sent them. Web analytics history is just how they engage with your website, if they viewed page, if they, engaged with, different sections of your website. Is really just tracking people's engagement with your website. And conversion information is how people convert, how did they become leads, by form submissions. There's different ways people can convert in your website. Maybe it's a newsletter sign up, maybe they downloaded an ebook, or there's different types of forms you can add to your website to capture leads. The web analytics history, what I told you when it comes to engagement information, for this you need to add HubSpot's tracking code to your website so that you can track everything properly. So these are the properties of a contact. Now let's take a look at what else we see inside of a contact profile. Here in the middle, we are looking at everything that happened in regards to that person. So if I would send this person an email and they would have opened that email, I would see this type of activity here. So this is the activity section, is where you see everything that happened with that contact. Calls, meetings, pages they viewed, forms they submitted, and so on and so on and so on. Everything that happened with that person, so to say. And here on the right sidebar, you see additional properties and additional information that you have about a contact inside of HubSpot. You can connect a contact to a company, right? So someone working at a company, XYZ, which you can add here. You can add a deal for that contact. So if that person is a prospect and you're about to close a sales deal with them, you can add a deal for them here. Add tickets, add them to lists, and so on and so on. We're not going to go too deep into that because there's a lot to talk about, but this is essentially where you see everything that happened, with one of your contacts. And for that, all you have to do is click on their name inside of your email list. So as you can see, all these names here are clickable. Okay. Now that we did this, we can also learn how to import a contacts list to HubSpot. And it's really simple. All you have to do is click on import. And you will click on start an import. And then here you're going to start selecting the best options for your import. There's not so much time here to talk about all that, but essentially you're going to import one file about one type of object, which in this case is contacts, right? You're adding a list of contacts, a list of people. You're not adding deals or tickets or companies, you're adding contacts. And just keep clicking on next until you get to this page. Here you will upload your file to HubSpot. To upload a contacts list to HubSpot, you need to follow a certain format. You cannot add, any type of list where contacts information are sort of all over the place. You have to follow a certain standard, otherwise HubSpot will not add your contacts list. Just as an example, I selected a file here that actually already had imported to HubSpot, but this is just to show you what happens once you upload a file and click on next. So HubSpot will start mapping the information that you have in your list according to HubSpot's own contact properties. So essentially what you have to do here is you have to match all the information in your list with HubSpot's contact properties. This is really the only way where a contact list will be properly imported to HubSpot. You have to match the properties with the information that you have in your list so that HubSpot is able to, map it out correctly. As you can see here, HubSpot recognizes that Peter and Lisa, who are in my list, they are first names. In this case, examples are their last names. Obviously, is a fake contact, but you can see here that all this information are correctly associated. You have the country here, Germany, their favorite sports, running, swimming. And if by any chance something is wrong, you can come here and tell HubSpot, no, this is not, a first name. This is actually a field of study, something like that. and yeah, you make sure that HubSpot is correctly mapping your properties. Once you do this, you can keep clicking on next. And the first thing is you need to make sure that you're authorized to email those people. HubSpot is not gonna like ask those people for you. You have to make sure you are only importing contacts that authorize you to communicate with them, not only for being GDPR compliant, but just like having just some respect for people that you're gonna send messages to, really. So you're gonna do this. You have the option to create a list from an import, and let's just finish the import to see how it looks like. And then you're gonna go back to contacts, and all the contacts that you just imported to HubSpot, they will all appear here in your list. As I told you, that file I selected was already here, so I don't see any new contacts here, but essentially you would see all your contacts added to your list as soon as you do an import. The other way of adding contacts to HubSpot is by creating a form. Forms that you have on your website, for example, a contact us type of form, or a form for an ebook download, any type of form. You can create that inside of HubSpot and add it to your website. To do this, all you have to do is click on marketing, go to forms, and inside of the free account of HubSpot, you have two types of forms that you can create: a pop-up form and a regular form. And then you're just gonna keep clicking next, customizing according to your best options. You can ask for more information. It doesn't have to be email only. You can ask for first name, last name, add, custom fields that you need in your form. And then publish that form and add it to your website, or publish that form inside of a landing page, which you can also create inside of HubSpot. So in the next part of this video, we're going to take a look at how to create marketing emails inside of HubSpot. So let's go back to where we were before, the main, in this case, I'm in the forms page. I can click on marketing and then go to email. Okay, so we are inside of marketing email. So what do we do now? How do we create a marketing email? Before we go there, you can create other types of emails inside of HubSpot as well. It doesn't have to be a marketing email. You can create emails for other purposes, sales and so on, customer support, and other purposes in your business. Now we're going to create a marketing email together. So you're going to click on create email. And inside of the free HubSpot account, you can select up to 5 templates, which are here by default. If you have a paid account, you can select this, more colorful types of templates for ebooks, newsletters, thank you, emails, informational, and so on. So you have to upgrade for that one. One thing I would like to add when it comes to email is that you don't have to have a really complex design for your email to be effective. I've seen really, amazing informational, educational types of emails where the template was just like that. It was plain, it had text only, maybe one hyperlink here and there. So really just choose whatever is best for you and your audience. For now, we're gonna go ahead with a welcome type of template, because I want to show you how to edit the template here. It's really simple. Everything is in a drag and drop format, so to say. So once you're here, you're going to add a name to your email. So let's just say this is a welcome email. Oops, and I delete that just so that I don't have duplicate words here. Cool. So once I'm here, I can, just go crazy and do whatever I want inside of my email. I can, upload my own images. Obviously, this is only a placeholder. All I have to do is click on insert. Let's just upload this image I have here. You can change the size of your image. Make it a little smaller. Let's make it smaller than that. It's really simple. You can change the text as well. All you have to do is click inside of the text module. So everything that you have here inside of your email is modules. You have modules. This is a module, an image module. This is text module. This is, a footer, and so on and so on. You can add additional modules if you need. All you have to do is drag them and drop them here. In this case, I'm adding an image module, so it's the placeholder. To add the image itself, I have to select it and upload it to HubSpot. Let's just add this pretty little plant here. Same thing, you can change size, you can add padding to, around your image and so on. Let me take a look at how we added the text. So you just have to double click, and then let's just delete all that. and add some text, and so on. So really simple. All you have to do is, add the modules that you need, drag them here, and edit the actual content of the module itself. The best thing about HubSpot email is that you can personalize the entire email. You can personalize the email contact, the subject line, and the preview text. For personalizing an email, this is how you do. Let's just say I want everybody to see their own first name as soon as they open the email. So I'm gonna say hi, and then in my case, I would see here Thalita. In your case, whatever your name is. How do we do that? We click on personalize, and then we add what's called a personalization token, which is really a field that HubSpot pre-populates according to information they have about your contacts. In this case, the token that we're looking for is the first name. So I'm just gonna type, that's a contact property, not a company type of property. So make sure you have contact selected here. Then you're gonna go first name. And what you have to do after this is you have to select a default value. So a default value is, imagine you added people to your HubSpot account, your CRM, but you don't have their first names. You just added a bunch of emails. How do we do in this case? Because people will only see hi here and an empty space, right? You can add a default value for those cases when HubSpot doesn't have that information. In this case, I'm just gonna add hi there, and then insert. And then here, if by any chance I don't have someone's first name, they'll see hi there instead of hi and an empty, weird looking space. Cool. Comma, and then, keep on adding whatever you want. You will only be able to send an email from HubSpot if your email contains a footer with your office address, a non-subscribe link, and a manage preferences link, which are here by default. And you can add it as well. So to edit the footer, obviously this is some fake information here. It's not my real address or company name, but you need to have that in order to send an email from HubSpot. Cool. So now we did all that. Let's suppose my email is ready to go. Obviously, I'm not going to send this to anyone. The next step is I click on settings. I can do the same thing that I did inside of the email content. I can do here in the subject line. So I can just go hi, and add a personalization token for a first name, which we just did together. So the person will see, as soon as they receive your email in their inbox, they will see hi, first name, and then you can add a little comma. All this text here is showing me that it's a token, so HubSpot will pre-populate that. I know it looks a little weird, but don't worry about that. HubSpot will take care of that for you. And let's add some text, And that's pretty much it. You can add preview text as well. This is optional. And this is just some additional information about your email. Next, you can either schedule the email for later or send it right away. Just make sure your time zone is the correct one. And the other thing is that you obviously have to select who is going to receive that email. If it's, a specific list or a specific contact inside of your CRM. So you can choose from lists or individual contacts you've added. And you can also exclude a few people. So let's say I don't want John to receive my email. And I also don't want my contacts from Berlin to receive my email. You can just add this lists and contacts here, and HubSpot will take care of the rest for you. And then you click on review and send. My recommendation is, before you send any email to any customers, any group of people, send it to yourself first, so that you make sure that the email looks good, that the images that you selected there, in the right size and everything. Just, to make sure that the email is readable and is ready to go, really. In terms of being mobile friendly, HubSpot takes care of everything for you. All their email templates are mobile friendly, so you don't have to worry about that. And this is what I wanted to show you today. So now you already know what each section inside of HubSpot means. You already know how to manually add one contact to HubSpot. You can also, you also know how to add a list of contacts to HubSpot, and you know how to create beautiful and personalized marketing emails inside of HubSpot. All we did was using HubSpot free. This is just to show you that you have an amazing CRM and email marketing tool at your disposal without having to pay anything for that. When it comes to upgrading, you have to see how many email sends you have per month, how many people you want to email per month, because the price of HubSpot, paid accounts vary according to this. When it comes to HubSpot, there is really a lot to learn. This was just a brief tutorial just to help you get started. If you're interested in learning more about HubSpot Free, going a little deeper into what each section does, if you want to learn how to create forms, landing pages, I created a course called HubSpot for Beginners. And this course is really, specific for you who are just getting started with HubSpot and you want to see, you want to learn all the fundamentals that you need to know to get started with HubSpot to create your first successful marketing campaigns with HubSpot. In the course, I teach you how to properly import a list of contacts, what the format is, how everything has to match. We talk a little bit more about creating your custom properties as well. We also talk about creating forms, how we add these forms to landing pages that we also create inside of HubSpot, and how to embed these forms to your website so that you can use it as a lead capture tool. We also talk about sending different types of emails, one-on-one sales emails as well, not only marketing emails, but we also cover marketing emails in the course. We talk about how to add HubSpot's tracking code to have a better analytics of, your web engagement. We talk about the deals section, creating meeting links. We cover how to create performance dashboards. And we also talk a little bit about advanced features such as workflows, SEO, and social media scheduling. So there's a lot of content that I'm covering there. So I definitely invite you to take a look at the course page. It's here in the description of the video if you're interested. And I hope you like this tutorial. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.